This is just a very, very quick video about my cooking experiments. I mean, just like everybody else, I go through hard times too, and I've taken this habit of stocking up on dirt cheap rice, so I've always got something to eat. But on the other hand, you just end up with tons of dirt cheap rice. You don't necessarily have anything that's really worthwhile cooking with, but I got some herbs and spices. So, what I thought I'd try and do is try and turn the rice into rice flour. So I ground it up in the coffee grinder. But I didn't end up with rice flour, I just ended up with very finely ground, uncooked rice. Didn't quite work out according to plan. So I learned that I could then cook this to create this sort of semolina type thing. But that's essentially just thickener, because ground up rice which is being cooked becomes a thickener. But that got my mind thinking even further. Maybe I could use this and exploit it constructively. So I also milled up some red split peas along with the rice, and I cooked all of that together, and I added 2 different types of curry powder, a sprinkling of black pepper, a sprinkling of paprika, some garlic powder, and some onion granules, and I think the onion granules was probably the most important bit, plus a touch of olive oil. And the flavor I ended up with, and the texture I ended up with, was more or less identical to those dal type recipes you get in Indian restaurants. So if you've got rice, you've got lentils, and you've got a coffee machine, you could be well on your way to making something which could be good enough to go in like a real meal which could impress somebody, even though it's just basically made with rice and lentils that have been ground up. Something to think about.